Alright. I'm probably just gonna do it with my mic so that I can somewhat explain something. So, first of all, you have to remember that there are...
Go. Let's go.
I think there's 5 maps you have to memorize. There's 5 or 6. I'm forgetting right now. But eventually I have to memorize them all. But right now, it's 90 seconds for all 10 people to pick their agents from down here. As if they're colored, you can select them. And as you can see, when it says the name, they've locked in. But when it says picking, see? They just locked into Astra. And then up here, you will see 5 diamonds with a check mark or open. If it's blank, they're selecting. And if it's checked, that means they've locked in. So, first round, hold on.
I remember the machine skills you made.
So, when you spawn in on first round,
Never
pistol
mind.
rounds,
It does
they're
not
called pistol rounds because you can't get anything higher than a pistol. What I do is I buy light shields and then I buy equipment off of that, but you can do whatever you want. You can buy a ghost frenzy, you can full buy a sheriff. I wouldn't recommend that for someone new. But I buy 2 util, 2 util, because that's 400, and then 400 for shields, which is the 800 that you spawn with. So, on a typical game, you want to have 2A, 1 mid, 2B. Unless it's Haven, which has 3 sites, you want 2C. Good night. Okay. So what I just did there is I swung that and I peeked it.
Yes.
So I can get it again. I'm peeking it.
One enemy remaining.
Now we have Spike.
Spike down
So
A.
when we get Spike,
Gun here.
normally you want to ping it if you're not wanting to use comms.
Careful here.
So right now I'm slow walking so they can't hear my footsteps, which default is pressing hold shift. This makes it so that you're silent. Dang it. It makes it so that you're silent and they can't hear your footsteps unless you jump and fall down. See, like right now, that's normal just walking. You can hear their footsteps. And if
30
you listen,
seconds left.
they're shift walking, so you can't hear them on the ropes.
No more hunting.
Okay, so now if we watch the bottom right corner, see how it says 0?
Yeah!
That's the breakdown of how you get your money. Right here, that's the breakdown of how you get your money. So now, each of us have different varies of money, depending on what we bought last round, and how we did in that current round that just went on. If you see, right here, so this is 3 smokes, this is 2 updrafts. This mechanic, so it makes that if you use it and then get 2 kills, you get the ability back. And then this right next to it is my ult. You have to get a certain amount of kills, spike plants, or diffuses, or ult orbs to get said ability.
Healing. Be faster.
One enemy remaining.
So again,
Spike down
Spike.
A.
Blocking sight. Loading.
And
Spike spotted A. Reloading.
hold on.
Smart idea.
Spike's here.
So
30
see on the
seconds
mini
left.
map how his icon poked up with the purple outline? It would be red in his default settings. So it's a question mark. It means there's sound there. Well, that's fake footsteps or whatever. But and the leaderboard.
10 seconds left.
If you see how I have yellow around my character's icon, it means I have my ult.
Enemy was
If it
punished.
goes green, that means they're in the process of using their ult.
This place is nice, but not nice enough to die in.
And
Let's
if you
win and
press
get out of
tab,
here.
This right here is the progress to ults. See, it says ready. I have mine. 4 to 6. That means I need 2 more ult progress things. And then, oh, also, I need to teach you how shields work. So, as you can see right here, it says absorbs 66% of total damage. And it breaks after it absorbs 50 total damage. So, shields are very important. As to, they make you a lot beefier. So, like right now, that's a swing or a peek. They're kind of interchangeable, but one is more specific. A swing is
Spike down, B.
a type of peek.
See.
I'm just peeking. Usually they work together. You hear them working together. So,
Enemy down.
so as you can see, right here.
One enemy remaining.
Hold on. As you can see right here, this is who killed me. This is like your life, your combat logs, essentially for that. So right here, this means I did 40 damage.
Spike
So
is
if I was
B.
gonna calm, I would say Killjoy or KJ hit 40, which is the character's name. And then this just breaks down where you hit. And then this breaks down what gun they're using and where they hit you and how much damage they did to you. Now, weapons. Sidearms, these are pretty basic. This is your default pistol. This is a shorty shotgun. You don't really want to buy it because it's just like a meme weapon. All the shotguns usually are. The SMGs, one's more for running and gunning. It has 20 bullets and a really fast fire rate. The other one, as you saw, is called a Spectre.
Here. Here.
Hold on.
He's in vents already.
Spike down, mid.
The hunt begins.
Okay, so as you heard, it said the announcer said spike down mid. So it means that we
Get out of my
we
way.
protect mid,
One enemy remaining.
and we have a higher chance of winning.
Looks like I was the stronger one.
Okay. Hold on.
I'll choke their sight.
Okay, so 2 SMGs, 2 shotguns. I wouldn't really use these because these are really confusing to use, especially this one. This is a rifle. This is a rifle that becomes a burst weapon. So every gun has an ADS, or mostly every gun has an ADS except for these and the shotguns. And I wouldn't recommend getting used to ADSing, as to it really screws up stuff and makes so that you have to relearn how stuff works. So as you can see, I took damage. So I took both health and shield damage. And as you take damage, they both correlate and go down together. So the thing with the snipers is that the Marshall, or the one that costs 1100 or 1000, I forget at the moment, that is basically a more agile sniper. So hold on. Right now, I'm going to go on what's called a flank. I'm going to try and catch them off guard to hopefully get frags. But sometimes requires lurking in a corner. to get the element of surprise.
Spike down B.
Like I said,
One enemy remaining.
Pulling them in.
although that wasn't quite successful, because
30
they
seconds
expected
left.
it still worked out in my favor.
Still in sight.
So what I should have done there is I should have swung. I should have co-peeked the same angle with my Viper, because unless they're an insane person like Shroud or Radiant level players, usually they can't get two people that are on, like, let's say I was to beat this, right? And there's someone coming from there and there. If I'm going to try and kill both of them, I have to, like, either I get a tap and get really, like, that's for skilled players. And, which, don't get me wrong, it's possible, but for a new player, it's not as likely. Hold on. Also, you wanna, I look at my mini-map probably too much, but you kind of do want to look at your mini-map to get it, like, to just see what's going on, and just to know what exactly is going on.
Spike down A. Spike planted.
Here.
So, call-outs is for
One
someone
enemy
more,
remaining.
Someone more advanced. Good night. Sorry. He got demolished. And like, so defusing the spike gives an ult point, which you need 6 for me. I need 6 of to get my ult. And it's just progress stuff.
Race it to the spike sites.
Okay. So,
Need a drop. Get this? Thank you.
so that's called buying. So if you keep accumulating points or money points, or whatever you want to call it, from round to round, but it caps out at 9k. So in order to do,
This is gonna be fun.
oh, also you can see what the enemy's cash lineup is starting off as. It won't be like that because they have to buy stuff, but that's just how it works. So right now I'm defending. There's certain amount of point rounds you want to win. You want to win more than 6 on a good game. Like, that's the ideal.
You should run.
Okay, so the enemy killjoy ult is going off. So that means they're fully committing to this push right here. So what I'm gonna do is going to flank, catch them off guard, and hopefully
One
get a frag
enemy
or two.
remaining.
My team wiped them. So, but so okay, so because we're absolutely steamrolling them, we don't need to save because as you can see, all of us have over 3K, 4K. But if it gets down to like this, when you're starting to run low, and you have to constantly buy util again and armor and stuff, because an armor, a full loadout, at least is 3,900 because 1,000 shield and 2,900 for one of these guns. And then don't
Joke's over! You're dead!
Areas depending on who you're playing.
Blocking sight. For you. You will not kill my allies.
Enemy spotted. B.
What can I teach you right now? So, the reason why everyone uses Vandals and Phantoms is just because they're the most overall versatile weapons. Because they can both one-tap headshot and they're full auto. Although the Phantom needs to be like really close to get the one-tap headshot, and the Vandal has a more longer range. So right now the Viper is in her ult, which stays until she dies.
Spike down mid.
Remains
30
out of
seconds
it,
left.
outside of the gas.
There's two of them.
For long enough. I don't know the exact time. See? Let's just see how the smoke integrity.
One
started going
enemy
down.
remaining.
And then she stepped out of it. See? It's going down because she's out of it.
Take a breath now. Release the tension. Good. Let's go.
And one thing you want to know is right here, you want a minimum for next round 3,900, because that means you can buy heavy shields and a Vandal, Phantom, whatever you desire.
Let's take this arena down.
But we are absolutely rolling them. So like,
Enemy spotted A.
that was scuffed. So like right here, I could ADS or I could just do that. But I'm like pretty sure it's a save round right now.
Well divided.
Gun here.
So
Spike
the ping,
down
you press
A.
Z. Wow, okay. Our Astra actually, no, this wasn't my Astra's fault. I just shouldn't keep that. So eventually you'll have to learn what each ability does, and that just
Get
takes
out of my
time.
way.
But there's also voice line cues.
Last player standing.
Presses their ult.
Spike planted.
So this is actually the first one we lost. But right now,
We have
This
plenty
is
of
good, though.
time, oh. Here and now. Be here and
because
now.
it took them 9 rounds to finally defeat us. Or not really defeat us, but like, you know, take site or kill us all. Now the ways you win rounds, I don't know if you've seen already, but for defenders, you kill all 5 enemies. There's that. You win if they run out of time before they plant the spike or kill all 5 of you. You can also win by defusing the spike before it blows up, which it's 4 seconds to defuse, I think. The way that the attackers or T's win is that they kill all the defenders before the time runs out. They plant the spike and it blows up, or it could be they plant the spike and then kill all 5 defenders, and then they win by that too. But like I said, this thing can
Spike planted.
again. Rip, that's my bad. I shouldn't glide there. But now we know exactly where one of them is. And I don't know if you've noticed, but
One enemy
right
remaining.
here, it's a spike now because we're back in spike phase.
She's still in the corner.
As the round lasts, the spike goes up or someone dies, or the entire team's gone. And then, as a person dies,
Take a breath
their
now.
picture
Release the
will,
tension. Good.
go away.
Let's go.
Or it will disappear. And then, so the leader, this right here, it's agent, their tag, ultimate status, and this is kills, deaths, the amount of assists, and their loadout.
Thank you.
And then their amount of cash. Wow. Okay.
Toxin screen down.
So, like, what the Sage did, was she swung that corner, hope to get a perfect hit, because I'm pretty sure she wanted to res me. Like what they're doing, they're holding angles, which is what they're supposed to be doing. Especially because they
Last player
the
standing.
attackers have money.
Spike planted.
Number advantage, and now the spike is
One enemy remaining.
okay. What? Okay. So, so that's what is called a fake. When they fake a difference to make the other person peek.
Clutch.
So yeah, there's also a fake plant, which is when they get
Last
sounds
round
start
in
going
the
off,
half.
Equip yourselves.
and then they stop the process.
Spend it.
Hold on. I want to do something.
Time to work on it.
Okay, so as we can see,
now. So
we
yeah, we're gonna play
can-
time to work on it. And get creative.
I'm just gonna turn off audio. Just have to do something, but so as you heard the beep beep, and yeah, so when someone starts planting, you get a beep beep. Then they can stop it or they can stick it, which means you commit to the process of planting. God dang it. Why is that so long? But, okay. So, we got 9-3, which is actually really good for attacking or defending. I mean, ideally you want to get 12 of them, but realistically that's not going to happen. So now my job is to get picks to allow our team to push in. So if you get a kill and then die, you're still getting value. Ideally, you don't want to just, like, YOLO, get one kill and then die, because, like, although you're getting value for your life, it's not enough value. So the way this gun works is that it has 2 fire rates. It has a left click, which is what fires 1 shot. And then you have a right click, which is 3 shots in a shotgun formation. Similar, or something similar to a shotgun. But yeah. So a big thing about this is sound. And being able to hear what's going on. And if you win round 1, you want to force buy so that they get into, so that the opposing team gets terrible eco. You want them to have the least amount of money you can. Well, so even though they lost, she decided to force buy a Spectre, which was actually worked out in her favor. because she has just the better gun overall. And there's no way she loses that unless I'm just a pro. Like that. So, there's various types of, hold on. What the hell? There, okay. So there's various types of utility. There's the most common one is the stuff that you have to buy. Oh, also, utility goes from round to round. So if you don't use it, though depending on what it is, but usually, if you don't use it, you spawn with it. Like, see, I bought smokes last round, and so I kept them. So this tailwind ability, see how it's, I get 2 kills and then I get back. So I spawn with it every round, and it's free. And there's also a cooldown ult, or a util, or ability, where you use it and you have like 30 seconds or 40 seconds to wait until you can use it again. Like, what's a good example? And then there's also abilities that have a duration. Like with Viper, her 2 of her abilities have a duration that she can redeploy them for. I have to save. I have to half buy. So a half buy is you buy light shields and a cheaper gun. So either Marshall, a pistol, or a Stinger Spectre. Or you full buy, you don't buy anything. And then a full buy is you max out, which is what we usually do. I'm probably missing a lot. Oh my gosh. Now, when you go across something like that, that is a Killjoy lineup that people in pros use. Or that pro leagues use. So if there's someone, so the thing with the operator, right? Both snipers really, there's absolutely no bullet drop off because they're sniper rifles. But the thing that makes the op so powerful is that it's a one tap to any part of the chest or up. Nice. Also, something you should notice when you shoot, you want to be somewhat still so that your accuracy is more accurate. And you have a better chance of hitting more shots. Because if you full sprint with anything but an SMG or shotgun, your bullets are going to go everywhere but where you want them to go. Also, something you should know, if someone calls for knives out rotate, you move the fastest with your knives out. Oh shoot, hold on. The spike gives an ult point, which is valuable. So because she doesn't have ult, but we do, I give it to her. Wow. And something you can start learning is b-hopping, where you're loud as all hell, but you move. And some characters can b-hop better because, like, if you were, let's say, Jet, you can... I don't really want to say that because it depends on skill. Like, it doesn't matter what character you're playing. All can b-hop. So, like, something like this is you holding an angle. So, it's a popularly traveled area. It's a high travel area that someone could rotate from. So, stupid. So, that shouldn't have worked, but because they had the operator, I won that because of fire rate and the one-tap headshot. But yeah. So, like, as you can see in my combat record, I killed Killjoy, the one in the middle with the beanie. I killed her because I hit her 4 times with the Phantom. I killed Reyna because I tapped her. I hit her head in close range with the Phantom, which is a one-tap headshot. But I also hit her chest a couple times beforehand, so I did extra damage. So the operator works the best if you have long angles to hold. So something like this. Oh my god. So something when we have a lot of money like this is someone like this that's running a little bit lower on cash would normally request to help with the economy of the team. But it's unrated. No one is trying too hard. I mean, definitely quickly. But this is match point. It's 12-7. We just have to win one more to get that 13 points to win. Spike. So this is essentially the process of taking a site. You have to literally check every corner that exists. Like, I am not kidding. So, okay, now learning the map. Attacker side is T. For CSGO calls, it's terrorist side. And because they're also blowing up a site. Defenders are CT, counter-terrorist. And then callouts get crazy from there. But if someone's on saying, like, deep A, this is, like, or site A, this is site. This is the site where you can plant the bomb. If someone says deep site A, usually means they're right here, or right here, in the back corners. I think that's like everything that I can say off the top of my head. But a big thing that I know I really like brings me down is I really forget to use my ult. Not really my utility, but my ult. Rip. If I was better, I could have clutched that up easy. But a game like this is really defender-sided, which is why they're catching up. Wow. A big thing is crosshair placement, but I would wait on, like, I don't want to, crosshair placement is very important, don't get me wrong, but I'd wait to learn utility and what utility and stuff does before you learn something like crosshair placement, because utility can be more important than where you place your cross and being like winning gunfights. But they're just as important. Don't get me wrong. So, when it's something like this, it's... God dang it! Rip. But, so, I don't know if you've seen Nate play this character, but currently she's the newest one. And she requires lots of communication and teamwork to play. Okay, this is... Alright. I can unmute my desktop. I had to do something.
We go!
So, when it's like this, you never want to let them catch up.
Reloading. Concealment.
'Cause it's just bad.
Still inside. Right there.
Really
Joke's
bad.
over! You're dead!
Current division. Reloading.
Spike down B.
Like right there, that's a ping difference. Like, or that's more client side. The way that this game works is that if they see you and they hit you, you take damage. So I died even though I was behind
One
her
enemy remaining.
because she could see me and I couldn't see her.
The enemy was punished.
But, okay,
Plant the spike.
Attackers
So-
win.
that's
Of
like
course
the
we won.
basics
Charlie, don't insult my personality.
that I can think of off the top of my head. But, yeah, it's basically how you play Valorant.